How to divide radicals. First, let's start with a fraction and simplify. 6 divided by 3 equals 2. Now let's make the denominator and numerator have radicals. Square root of 6 over square root of 2. It's the same thing when dividing a whole number fraction. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. But remember to add the radical, so it's square root of 3, which is your answer. But what if there's a radical over a whole number? The square root of 6 is a radical and 2 is the whole number. Since there are two different things, you can't simplify them, so you just leave it be. Now you must be wondering, what if there's two whole numbers with a radical? It's very simple. Since we only have one radical, which is square root of 6, we leave it alone. But because we have 12 and 2, which are whole numbers, we simplify by dividing by the greatest common factor, which is 2. But what if it was the opposite with one whole number and two radicals? It's the same thing. Instead of there being two whole numbers, we now have two radicals. We leave 12 alone and divide the square root of 6 to the square root of 2. And that equals square root of 3. Don't forget to include the 12 and put it in front of your radical. You always put the whole number in front of a radical. When you divide with radicals, most of the time the radicands won't be the same or can multiply or divide into each other. For example, square root of 8 divided by the square root of 7. We multiply the square root of 7 to itself, but what you do to the bottom, you must do to the top. So square root of 8 times square root of 7. You now have square root of 56 over square root of 49. Now we simplify our radicals. Since 49 is a perfect square, our denominator will be 7, and we don't need a radical for that. But in our numerator, we do. Two numbers that multiply to 56 are 8 and 7. Because we can't simplify 7, we move on to 8. 4 times 2 equals 8, and 2 times 2 equals 4. Since we are using the tree method, we look for two pairs of the same number. We have two 2's and no other pairs. That one pair of 2's will go in front of the radical. 2 and 7 will go inside the radical, and we can multiply them together, which is square root of 14. So now your answer will be 2 square root of 14 over 7. Now you do a practice question. What is 7 over 8 square root of 7?